Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday Night MegaMek Ep.4 as we continue the adventure of the Emerald Cast Mercenary Group. We have a special cast of characters with us, several sort of notable pilots, and our commanding officer here. We have Sherrie Hopscotch Sandovic with Jumping Jack and Terrain Master, a 4-4, piloting a Stinger, though she's probably getting a new mech very soon as we wait for parts on a Phoenix Hawk to arrive. The Emerald Cast is a small little mercenary company in 3025, started in 3025, now 3026, by a Clan Jade Valken Watch operative who arrived at the Inner Sphere to sort of provide some insight and send information back to the clans. We have Arso, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that right now, a 5-5 and a Wyvern. Not the most notable of pilots we have with us at the moment, but he's a nice guy. Our captain, Ergun Roshak, he is the secret watch operative in charge of the whole thing. Gunnery 4, piloting 3 with natural aptitude, piloting and gunnery. He's kind of our main character. Then we have our current favorite, Gordana Banana Peel Matsui, who earned the nickname Banana Peel by falling over for several missions in a row. Last time on Monday Night MegaMek, we played 2 games. The first, a decoy engagement. We were supposed to just hold off our foes here for, I believe it was 12 rounds of combat. We managed to actually just eliminate them. They seemed to be sort of an underarmed force to begin with, but several of their units were waiting in ambush to eliminate us. And sadly, Hopscotch took the brunt of some of the combat and lost a leg again. The second mission we played was a frontline assault on a coastal island city, sort of like a frontline engagement here. We had to engage the enemy in this, cityscape, isolated island, and ended up, torrential rain turned all of the water on the edges of the map into hazards that the AI did not want to actually go through. So if you can see from this GIF here, the fight. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we'll see. It's MegaMek. I know some people where MegaMek just loves to give them headshots. So far, we have a lot of falls, and we have a lot of just bad weather. A lot of falls, a lot of bad weather, a lot of leg hits. But in that frontline engagement, if you notice here, there's a lot of heavy mechs up in the right-hand corner. We had an Awesome and an Archer that just could not move forward. They were stuck on level 0, or depth 0 terrain and couldn't actually move forward. So we just had kind of an easy time picking things apart. And with that, we get to our main game here. So we left off with our units in not the best shape, but not the worst shape. We have moderate damage to our Marauder, heavy damage to the Phoenix Hawk that we are still in the process of repairing. It's missing its right leg and its right arm. Our Wyvern took some sort of superficial damage here. Crusader undamaged. Now, interesting enough, the Crusader is supposed to be our beat stick taking lots of damage, and hasn't. We have our Stinger, still missing our right leg. We recovered and salvaged this awesome. So it is only missing armor for the most part. I'm not sure about its internal components at the moment, but it seems to be in decent shape. So hoping we can get that repaired. Let's do one missing, one available. Let's double check here. Quite interesting. See, sometimes there's just a order all button right at the top. Sometimes it just doesn't appear. I'd never understand why it does and doesn't. So now we just got to make sure. Here we go. Missing one. Order one. There we go. Interesting. Sort of graphical glitch there. And there we go. Parts are ordered. So we can just go back to repair pay, instant repair. And we are just going to advance the day so we get an next mission and figure out what we're going to be doing here. Now, I always have to check and make sure to go in here to see we have some time left, but we don't really have repairs that can be done, except the Phoenix Hawk here. So try to make sure it all can be done. I don't know if you guys are seeing these graphical glitches I'm getting all of a sudden. That is interesting. Alright, I might need to go into MegaHQ options here and see if we can't decrease. Alright. Are you guys seeing this? This weirdness? This sort of like whatever's going on? I can't even find the OK button. Alright. Does that fix the issue? It did not. Alright. I'm going to restart the program here. Let's put up the my little pause screen. And we're just going to restart MegaMek. Or MegaHQ, I should say. Always. Yeah, it's going to be playable even with the glitches. A lot of times it's just to restart the program. It is an old JavaScript thing. The MegaMek is 20-something years old. It is a wonderful program. I love it so much, but it is what it is. It's a fan-made. Regular AAA titles can have glitches where they don't sort of clear the memory cache as often as they could, so you have to restart the game every once in a while. This is a 20-year-old, program, They're making tremendous strides with it in some of the recent updates and versions, but here we go. Loaded. Maximize. Let's get back to the gameplay screen. Here we go. Back to where we left off on the first load here at the repair bay. Let's see. Glitch is gone. Look at that. Select everything. Yeah, and we can order that part again that was missing. Right here, the LRM 10 ammo. Yeah, I'm very excited for 50.07 specifically because, we have a Time of War campaign that's going on, and it'd be nice to sort of use some of that implementation that they're putting in there. I think it'd be really cool to see if we can get some of our cast of characters. Hey, welcome. The 50.7, some of the cast of characters seeing some more of like the Time of War stats. I don't know if it's actually going to come into effect in terms of any gameplay elements in MegaHQ, but it's cool to have it. And then in the MegaHQ sort of against the bot campaign, there's going to be faction ratings, faction sort of diplomacy going on, and I'm particularly excited for that. The way we've set this up, our goal is to do a veteran or elite contract with every single house, and so trying to, I don't know how the implementation of reputation with the various houses is going to affect that, but it'd be interesting. So here we go. back to just advancing the days. Double checking, because we have a bunch of mech techs. See, they have time here, and they might not be doing things. So if you look, yeah, it's on a 7, and so it's not automatically making this roll. But we're gonna replace. You have plenty of time. Ooh, 96 X time times 4. Do it. On a 9, we're not gonna do that. It's on a 9 at times 4. Advance. Help. Incoming transmission. Captain, there's been an eerie and unusual silence coming from the prisoner's holding area. This is out of character, especially given recent behavior. It could indicate they're planning something or might just be a rare moment of quiet. Recommend increasing patrols and conducting a quick inspection to ensure everything is in order. Let us know how you'd like to proceed. Yeah, let's set up surveillance. Captain, surveillance confirmed the prisoners were simply resting or conserving energy. No sign of coordinated behavior were detected, and the holding area remains calm. Guards are maintaining close monitoring, and no further action appears necessary. Understood. Yeah, so we have prisoners. If we go to personnel here, mech warriors, we want to... prisoners of war and bondsmen. Yes, we have these guys. I am not... At some point, we might be able to ransom them off. We don't have any security personnel. I'm just going to let them go, because they can build up and riot, and I just don't care for that right now. We're not in the position to be keeping prisoners. Let's keep going. Nothing. LRM-15 ammo has arrived. I'm going to check the personnel market. So we could hire some soldiers to act as prison guards so that we don't have to worry about this in the future, but we are not in a position with our finances to add anything to the payroll, because not only do we have to bring them in, but depending on the infantry unit, we might have more repairs and things. So, ooh, legs have arrived. Is it the Phoenix Hawk? Yes. Alright, but people, it's still stuff being worked on. Yeah, we've got this guy on green on a 9. We do not want to lose that part. We want the Phoenix Hawk for Hopscotch. Stuff is arriving. Repairs are being made. News in their engagement will occur on the 17th. It's the 13th, so we have a little bit of time. Let's take a look at it. Engagement. It is a turning point, so skipping it or losing it could be very bad. We are destroy 50%. Seems like a pretty much straight up scenario. Alright, let's check our hangar here. Alright, the Awesome is undamaged. We need to switch somebody to the Awesome. It's not going to be the Marauder pilot. Let's find all of our mech warriors here. So, we have Hopscotch, who we do want to move. Alright, she is in the Phoenix Hawk. We like the Phoenix Hawk for her. Still missing its leg, but we have a leg to repair it, so we should be able to do that. Yeah, so getting troops we could, in theory, use in combat, but for the most part, we would just bring them in to act as prison guards, so we don't have prison riots. We don't want to sort of get into that. No, oh yeah, thank you. I didn't actually look at the weather. Yeah. We have been getting so much rain and torrential garbage here. It'll be good to not have to deal with that. So we want to try and prioritize the Phoenix Hawk's leg. Good, right there. Extra time 7, do it. We can get that leg repaired. Now we just have to switch. Honestly, of our mech warriors here, right, we have, in terms of like a veteran scale, Sherrie, who is Hopscotch. We want her in the Phoenix Hawk. We want her jumping. Followed by Ergun, our captain, who is in the Marauder. I think we're going to keep him in his Marauder just fine. We have Arso, a 5/5, in the Wyvern. Wyvern hasn't really been doing much for us. I think we are just going to switch him over to the Awesome because Gordana, the banana peel, you know, I don't think she gets an assault mech upgrade. Just my opinion. Which does mean we need to change our table of what's it? Oh, and equipment. I forget what it is, but we're gonna remove. So as long as the leg on that Phoenix Hawk gets repaired, yeah, it's very important when you have a commander that has, I think it's the strategy skill allows you to re-roll and change the weather, which I do want to invest in. I have set it up so we're getting a little bit more experience than normal, so that hopefully we can start leveling up things. So if you look, right click, spend experience, current skills, role play, support, command, leadership strategy. We can advance those at 28 experience. So we're getting there. Alright. So we just gotta pass the day and hope that the Phoenix Hawk undamaged. We are good to go. Right to this mission. Okay. Go to area operations. Assign our command lance. Commit briefing room. Alright. Start. Your orders are simple. Engage and destroy at least 50% of enemy forces. This is not a hit-and-run operation or a delaying action. You are to commit fully to the engagement and break their strength through superior firepower and tactical positioning. This battle will determine control of the battlefield. The victor will hold the field at the end of the engagement, securing any salvage and denying the enemy any chance of recovery. Every enemy unit destroyed weakens their ability to wage war. Make sure they do not leave this battlefield intact. Strike hard, eliminate the opposition, and take control. Victory is absolute, or it is meaningless. Your employer has deployed you alongside an integrated force. Comm center. Additional allied ground forces are approaching the area. Alright. Commence drop. Let's get this loaded up. I hit the launch button, and I'm just waiting for MegaMek itself to load. Instead of Mech HQ, which is... it's not cooperating. Uh-oh. It's frozen on me. I knew I should have saved. Whoop. Doing something. Here, I'll show you guys. This is the MegaMek screen I'm looking at right now. We seem to be running into technical issues tonight. Put up what I call the pause screen here and see if we can't. Alright, that is MegaMek that's messing up. Not Mech HQ. Mech HQ is still operating behind it. Alright, MegaMek loaded, but bear with me, it's sort of not the most cooperative right now. So, we have us, we have our enemies. We definitely out-BV them right now. And normally I would set up an auto-win on 50% condition, but this is an engagement we are set to just destroy. So I will allow myself a /victory. Important note, victory conditions. Skip all phases when forced victory occurs. There's the important part, the way we're playing this. I will allow myself to do /victory when they are less than 50% of their BV, but I will give myself the option to continue. Because we're there to destroy them. This is just a fight. Alright, and with that, Loading up. So around 6, our allies here, Baron, Payload, Moxie, and Bark. Bark the Rifleman, I kind of like that one, are going to be joining us. But right now, we have to deploy. Oh, this is great. This makes me happy. King Kong, the Archer. Not the best mech for a pilot named King Kong of 5.6. Oh, and here we go. I'll move it over so you guys can see it here. Or here, even better, I'll hit the view. Look at this. 2 LRM-20s with heat-seeking ammo, 3 shots. Swarm ammo, 6 shots. Thunder ammo, 6 shots. And standard ammo, 6 shots. Yeah. MegaMek is finding us some weird ammo. Alright, do we see our enemies? This is a big just open field. This is the perfect situation to bring that awesome. And you know what? You know what's going to be really awesome in this map? Be awesome. Hey-oh. Thunder can be annoying, but it's one of those things where it requires a little bit more forethought and intent that Princess doesn't have at this point. I'm very excited for Casper. That's going to be their next AI to bringing in. So we'll see what that can do in the future. All right, we've deployed. We have one initiative, so we just have our one ally in King Kong. So hopefully, not gonna be too ridiculous. We're gonna move all of our guys forward. Yeah. Princess and Special Ammo Variety Packs. Name a more iconic combination. Right now, Banana Peel and Falling. If we're talking about iconic things for Monday Night MegaMek, it's going to be Banana Peel Falling and Hopscotch losing a leg. Neither one, I hope, happens tonight. Alright, movement 6-9. Does this Phoenix Hawk not have... This Phoenix Hawk doesn't have jump jets. We have been waiting for this Phoenix Hawk to be repaired because Hopscotch has that jumping jet quirk, but the Phoenix Hawk we have doesn't have jump jets. I just assumed it did. Oh boy. Alright, this is where we want to make sure... What are the ranges here from that spot? Still out of range, so we don't have to worry about running. Here we go. Alright, we're shooting on 13s. That's just a skip. Banana Peel, I know you don't have any shots. If air gun can't shoot, you probably can't shoot. Range, high, low. No. I think we just have no shots in general. LRM 5, LRM 10s. Alright. A turn of nothing. We lost initiative. Doesn't really matter that much. Our ally just goes ahead and runs forward. I don't think we necessarily have to worry. Yeah, partial cover isn't going to be too much of a thing anytime soon. Took a ton of thunder ammo for my Mad Cat Mark II in the RP campaign and used it against a Highlander and a Marauder 2 with a couple of heavies. Kept making sure they couldn't use heavy woods cover. Yeah, no, putting the thunders in heavy woods is definitely a great strategy. If you are not playing with alternate ammo, another thing you can do is just blow up the heavy woods. I tend to play a lot in in-person games. I tend to play very fast and light forces, and I love me some heavy woods. But my friends who play with locally, one of them, my friend Luke, ends up blowing up the woods. If he doesn't have shots on me, if he's like, oh, I'm shooting you on 13s, guess what? I'm shooting the woods. Alright, Banana Peel. Let's just walk you forward. We'll keep moving you forward, but not end a run. Hopscotch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 hexes on a run. You're not going to actually get partial cover from anything because they're higher. So we're actually going to wait for you. Awesome. Just stand still. That's all you need to do. You're on a hill. Just stand still. 4, 5. We're actually going to back up the Phoenix Hawk. Let them come a little closer. Here we go. Medium range. You've got Zeppelin in a Wasp. Move this over here. We have Zeppelin into the Wasp. 4, 5. Kenjutsu in a Stinger. 4, 5. Chiron. A 4, 5 in a Stinger. Stingers and Wasps. Gangster. Gangster in a Shadowhawk. Oh, I love it. Gangster in a Shadowhawk. Big Mac in a Crusader, it looks like. There we go. That's appropriate. Big Mac in a Crusader. Love it. Funky. Funky in a Stinger. Wow. That is how many Stingers? 3 Stingers and a Wasp. Shadowhawk and a Crusader. I think we're going to do just fine. Alright, let's take out Zeppelin because that just feels kind of appropriate. Alright. What are your shots with Zeppelin? 12s. Fire 2. No need to gain some heat. Alright, Banana Peel. You're still missing one of your SRM6s. We're going to go range, high, low. LRMs. We have ammo here. You're starting on 11s. Yeah, let's fire 1. Why not? Let's just try to eliminate that. Might be overkill, but we also just don't quite know yet. 12 laser, we're good. I have a feeling we're going to be in Mississippi for a while here. Up, we've got 2 hits on a Marauder, needs 5. The Crusader, what is... I don't remember looking at the Crusaders. 4 gunnery skill, +1 target long range. +0 long... We have an SPA. Big Mac. Rangemaster long, right here. Big Mac has Rangemaster long. In case you didn't know, that means short range and long range modifiers have been swapped. So Big Mac has a +4 in short range and a +0 at long range. That is going to be a gross thing. That we have a primary target now. And potentially pilot to try to capture because that is gross. That is a powerful SPA for the right mech. Alright, well, King Kong the Archer is running forward with its inner sphere. Oh. Alright. With its inner sphere LRMs with that minimum. I do have an awesome deal, and the problem is the awesome is going to be shooting at long while it's effectively shooting at short for long. So we want to charge in and get up close to Big Mac. There is not a lot of guns in here that we are particularly scared of. So we just want them to move. Yeah. It'd be worse if it was, say, an awesome. But it's not. So we are just going to effectively run forward here. We don't need to run the full 6. We can run the 5. We can get a kick at Chiron. And Banana Peel, can you run the full 6 and get in melee? No, you can't. But weapons here, LRM. Zeppelin and Chiron are both at short, so you're just going to skip movement. Yeah, already hope. Yes. If I see an SPA like that, I'm going to, hope we can capture the prisoner. There is an optional rule called called shot. Not called shot. Called shot might be called shot, but there's an optional rule that lets you instead for a +3 to your target number, shoot upper, lower, left, right, which is absolutely broken. Never use it in competitive. I use it a lot when I play Mech HQ on a personal game. But you can really abuse it to say, oh, I want to capture the pilot. I'm going to shoot out the legs. Oh, I want to kill that pilot. I'm going to shoot upper, and you have a higher chance of hitting the head. It's pretty broken, particularly considering when you enable it, Princess never uses it. So there's not that sort of like return on risk reward. But in any case, Big Mac on 9s. Or Gangster here. Ooh, on attacker ran target moved. Alright. I think we're just gonna go at Big Mac. Ooh, we are low on ammo. I'm still gonna do it though. Lasers. Nothing. No, not overheating on it for any of those shots. Banana Peel. You have short range LRM shots. I think you should go for 4-5 Chiron machine gun laser. Medium laser SRM2. Honestly, don't care which one we shoot at. Hopscotch with the large laser. Boom. And last but not least, the awesome. Your best shot is on Zeppelin, so yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do the awesome thing and fire 3 PPCs. Here we go. The Stinger, medium laser the Marauder. Needs 8, rolls 10, hits. Takes a hit to the head, re-rolled with edge, 0 edge left. Okay. Machine gun glancing blow. Our ally shoots a bunch of lasers. Nothing noticeable. Okay. PPC at the Crusader. Hit. LB10 miss. We got the PSR on the Crusader. On Big Mac. Alright. Hopscotch. Hitting for some damage. Eliminating the jump jet on the Stinger here. Eliminating Chiron. I'm happy to see Hopscotch in something heavier than a Stinger. Bunch of misses. Then we have Big Mac hitting for a glancing blow on a laser. And hitting with a bunch of other glancing blows. The Crusaders have a lot of guns. Here we go. Awesome hits. PPC, 10 to the right arm. Destroyed. Critical hit transfers to the torso. Alright. Crusader doesn't fall. Here we have our kicks. Kicks on 6. Excellent. Boom. Left leg destroyed. Left torso destroyed. Damage transfers into... the Marauder was kicked for... 4 damage. Not bad. Yeah, well, she has a Phoenix Hawk now. But it's a Phoenix Hawk that doesn't jump. So... I think what we have here is a situation possibly to do some alterations on some of these units that are in the back now. So that the Wyvern, we can possibly do some modifications which things are out. The problem with that is it uses up a tech. So what we really need is more mech techs. Obviously we want better pilots, but I kind of like sticking with these kind of weird and quirky pilots and seeing what happens as they develop and grow. Because I don't want to lose Hopscotch or Banana Peel right now. Alright, Stinger down. Awesome. You're just going to walk forward. Crusader, you're also going to walk forward, but not too far. Make sure our ally moved. Our ally did move. Big Mac got up real nice and close. We want to get close to Big Mac. Because that... We do have 2 that are blank slates. We will figure them out. Yeah, so the blank slates can be replaced. You're right. But Hopscotch and Banana Peel are going nowhere. Alright, Big Mac. We're going to get up close and personal to you because you suck at short range. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. And that's put us in a good spot to get up closer next turn. destroyed by ejection. We've already eliminated a stinger, so whoop-de-doo. Alright, we're going to torso twist, see who we can get with a left arm PPC. It's going to be Gangster on the 68 versus the Stinger here on 36. Yeah, 68's a much better chance. Now that's going to change here. There's a warning that's going to pop up because we just fired at something on our left arc as our primary target. If you then shoot something in your front, that has to then become your primary target. You'll see if you declare the shot, the target will become the primary target. This will change the 2-hit number of previously declared attacks. Yeah, so that 8 for Gangster is going to become a 9, but we really do want to focus on Big Mac. And not open enough to be worth that, so we're just going to... Well, what is the 2? 11? We're at 22, 24 heat. It is not worth overheating for 11, so stay there. Banana Peel. Yeah, we want to fire at the big threat. Same for you, Hopscotch. What's the 2 on the mediums? 10s? Large laser, medium laser. There we go. Awesome. 10s. 11s. 10s. Here we go. Zeppelin. Just blast Zeppelin out of the sky. Is Zeppelin in the sky? Technically no, but its name is Zeppelin, so it has to fall. Alright. Miss. Marauder. Your gun hits both medium lasers into the Crusader, hits Big Mac, misses Gangster. Alright. The enemy Stinger hits our ally. Nothing too serious. Banana Peel hits Big Mac. Our Crusader shoots their Crusader and hits. 5 and 4 damage. Not bad, but we definitely get the PSR. Here we go. Hopscotch, large laser hits. Goes internal. 2 internal remaining on the left arm. Almost gone. There we go. Awesome. Shoots at the Wasp. Boom. Right torso destroyed. Goes in CT. Oh shit. Pardon my language. Oh crap. Shadowhawk. Gangster. Shoots at the Marauder. Needs 7, rolls 10 hits. Using rear table. Critical. Takes 5 damage to center torso real critical. 4 armor remaining. Critical roll 2 locations. Engine. That's not good. That's not good at all. Through armor crit to the rear center torso thanks to the Gangster. Alright, ally punches. Armor Marauder kicks. 15 damage left leg, 1 let remaining. Shadowhawk punches and hits the head. Kicks to the head. 11 to the head. Armor 1 internal and critical hit. 1 damage. Okay. The thing is, it's a through armor crit. He still has armor to the rear. The attack was, yes. The attack was worth a proper curse. Your gun needs more edge. Edge is very important. So as long as we don't expose our rear... I mean, we still have armor in the rear. It was just attack. It's hard to... You know... Things are going to die pretty fast. Your gun's vulnerable to a double tack. Here we go. But that Crusader falls, takes some damage, loses his left arm. Archer's at 7 heat. Marauder's at 8 heat. Awesome at 6 heat. So, yeah, that wasn't the most pleasant, but we're still at 96% and they're at 78. We might not pursue this that far past the 50% BV marker at this point. Alright, make sure our ally moves. We've got some things here that are kind of hurting. Big Mac, because Funky has moved. Can we get behind Funky? We can get behind Funky. Funky is in a stinger. So many stingers. Alright, our Crusader... I mean, we gotta go for the kick on Zeppelin. Except we can't, because we don't have enough MP, yeah, it's 4635 because of damage. Okay. So I don't think we have a much better move than just go with this. You know, Gordana would run forward. That's what she'd do. Alright, what are the arcs here for that? We do kind of want to move one forward here to get 2 forward puts Big Mac in short range. That is a net change of 2 for running, which is also 2, but also 2 more heat. So I think we're better off just standing still with the awesome. Make it a better target. Big Mac. We want to get ourselves into 3, 4. That position. 3. This way we can kick Funky and shoot Big Mac short range rear. Granted, we have 2 engine hits, so heat is going to be an issue. But yeah, 20 heat out of 24. So solid slug, 2 medium lasers. We'll go 4 over into the rear of Big Mac here and kick Funky. We're gonna go straight to the awesome next, the biggest guns. I think we want revenge on Gangster for that tack. Shooting on 8s, 42. Shooting on 8s, 42. Yeah. Well, now that we're this close to Big Mac, much less of a threat, I want to get revenge on Gangster right now. Banana Peel. Oh, the person you're going to kick ran away. But you have enough short-range guns that you can actually have some fun here and shoot at Big Mac. Oh, but you can't torso twist that SRM. Who's in? Well, Zeppelin's in short range of your LRM-15s. There we go. Gaining a little bit of heat, but you're fine. Hopscotch. You're in the rear of Funky. You're just alpha striking. You're gaining some heat, but you're just doing it. Alright, here we go. Crusader, Big Mac. Selected LRM-10 heat seeking due to better damage potential. Big Mac has some interesting ammo. I'll have to look at that in a second. Or, yeah, in a second. Alright, Stinger. Our ally's taking some damage. Main character, air gun. Hits for 10 to the right arm rear. Hits for another 5 to the right arm. That's 15 total. Awesome. Gets left torso critical. Gets that AC5. Nice. Misses with the other 2 shots. Stinger Funky hits with a glancing blow on a medium laser. That's just fine. Gangster hits our ally with Inferno. Inferno SRM-2. Glad that's nowhere near air gun right now. Hopscotch, Alpha Strike, gets a jump jet, gets a small laser. Not much actually to report there. The Crusader, oh no. Oh no. Big Mac has Infernos. That is a total of 10 extra heat to our ally King Kong and the Archer. That Archer is smoking. I don't know, it was already overheating. We could be looking at an ammo explosion here. Okay. Big Mac, what do you actually have? LRM-10 heat sinking, 5 shots. LRM-10 standard. SRM-6 Inferno. No standard ammo from that Inferno. Interesting enough, though, Inferno plus heat sinking LRMs is kind of a interesting combination. So let's take a look at this Archer here. Heat 7 out of 10. Now, that add an extra at least 10 to that, 17. It goes up 7. That's not as bad as it possibly could have been. Let's take a look at, so Gangster here. What do you have in terms of ammo? You have Inferno. No actual damaging. Yep. Thank you, King Kong and the Archer tanking. Definitely. We have an awesome tank, and we have a Crusader tank, but that archer just ran forward. Get fire support. Alright, so... yeah. Alright, Funky, you're going to get kicked. Boom. You're also going to get kicked by Hopscotch. Boom. I guess that's all the kicks we have. Here we go. Stinger kicks. We get hit 4 damage. We're fine. Ooh, our gun missed with a kick. Needs 5 rolls, 4. Hopscotch hits with a kick. Rear table, 9 damage to right leg. Section destroyed. Goes in 2 locations. Lower leg, heat sink. Right torso, rear, 2. Ouch. Archer takes 11 damage to the leg. King Kong kicks Gangster and hits. Oh no, punches. Punches and hits with both arms. Neither gets a head hit. Your gun needs 3. Alright, succeeds on both of his checks because he missed a kick and shot, and got kicked. Stinger automatically falls. Okay. See, oh, there it is. 20 heat. Gains 23 heat, sinks 10. Ouch. At 20 heat, 6 plus to avoid shutdown, 5 shuts down. Piloting roll, automatically falls. Falls in front, 7 damage. So 9 to avoid damage. Needs 4 plus to avoid aim explosion, rolls 9. Woo. And now with that shutdown archer, they're going to be just focusing down on that, so I don't think we need to worry too much about damage. 68%. If we get rid of... I kind of want to just go up and kick the hell out of that Crusader, because spare parts for our Crusader. And look at that. Reinforcements just arrived. Awesome. Don't move. You're fine. Phoenix Hawk. Yeah, just run forward here. Gun, you can wait. Big Mac, you moved. Back up. Our Crusader's gonna sit in your rear. Funky just... Alright, Funky stay still. Gun, you're gonna stay still. Oh, Funky's prone. No wonder Funky stood still. I missed that big, bold yellow text right in the front. Yep. Funky tried to stand, falls, didn't flee. Oh, their wasp fled, I should say. Alright, Funky. I may have heat, but I'm still shooting. Pure minimum range, still shooting on 5's, 95% chance. We're gonna take some cook. We're gonna just kill it. That's what we're going to do. It's entirely possible this is the last round. I can imagine them. They're already hurting. Reinforcement just arrived. They're gonna surrender. But I just want to see what we can do before that happens. So there we go. Done. Hopscotch, you are at 8. You want to take out the Gangster. Doing it. Alright, see the results here. Rifleman shot. That's true. I don't know if that stinger is going to survive to get shot or to be stomped, but Ostrock, large laser, hit. Stinger hits on, misses somehow on King Kong, the immobile King Kong. Allied Crusader shooting, hits the stinger, blows up the stinger. That is Funky. Oh, stealing the kill from Airgun. Airgun doesn't even get to kill with his shots at point blank range because this payload Crusader shoots first, wasting ammo. See, so that PP's this overheat shots doesn't matter. Everything's already dead. All right. Ammo explosion on the Crusader in the left torso rear. That's the left torso. 70 damage. I think that's going to destroy. Yeah, it goes right through. Just 56 damage to center torso. That's cord. So, might get the limbs. I don't know how that exactly works, but I think that's it. Big Mac's pilot is there. We can capture the pilot. And I'm hitting it. Slash victory. They would surrender at this point. Boom. So yeah, he auto-ejected when the ammo explosion happened. Yeah, Silver Spoon. Yeah, all of our allies that pop up are pretty much all 5/6s. Silver Spoon Irons. Here we go. And that's it. That's going to be the end here. Save that combat summary. There we go again. The scenario template states that the victor retains battlefield control. Did we win? We won. Alright, we have a crippled marauder. I mean, look at this. All it is that tack. I mean, we lost some ammo here, but all it was that tack. Otherwise, we're fine. No pilot hits. No, they surrendered. They did not escape. They would not have been able to run here. Big stack of C-bills like, hey, we need fire support. Alright, you need money, and you're worth money. There we go. Next. Ooh, captured personnel. It's not showing captured. We ended before the final thing could have showed us the capture, I think. Darn. Stinger, 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 Shadowhawk. Yeah. Hey, we got that. I'm gonna call that a decisive victory. Finish. Don't need to see my desktop. Pull Mech HQ back up here. Yes, I'm a Clan Jade Falcon player. If you can't guess from the giant Clan Falcon logo, that is my desktop background. Alright. Instant repair. I mean, we're not even missing any parts. We literally just have... Yeah. We don't even have the engines to repair right now. I think they just got done. Alright, personnel market. What do we have here? Mech Warriors. Regular Wasp. Green and a Warhammer. Yeah. Alright, so we're just going to keep my eye on the side here. We are looking for anything worth looking at. Mech Tech, yes. A regular Mech Tech. That's exactly what we wanted. Exactly what we wanted. We can go to the hangar. Alright, we have 4.7 million C-bills. Unit market. What's on the market? A Shadowhawk. Really nothing close to what we want here. Oh, do kind of want a Warhammer. Yeah. Alright, so let's take a look at this Phoenix Hawk PXH-1K. Yeah, no jump jets. None. Alright, Wyvern here. Alright, we need to... Alright, awesome. You get a regular Mech Tech. Wyvern. Unassigned. Crusader. Still need to know the mech tech, so we're gonna keeping advance of the day so we see somebody here. Oh, we have an Ostrok. Look at that, we have an Ostrok. Inoperable. Yeah, it is in bad shape. But... Huh. I don't know yet. I'm comfortable selling the Stinger. Alright. Now here's the question. I know at least one of the pilots we brought, I think, started with a mech. So I want to see if there's somebody. Because if you look here, right, personnel market, see how this mech warrior comes with a mech unit assignment? You get the mech for free, but it's not your property. If they leave your unit, you have to give them a mech back. And I can't remember specifically if we had somebody join our force that came with a mech. So I'm reluctant to sell the Wyvern as one of our starting units. I will look that up, not while streaming. In any case, let's continue on. I want more mech techs. And we don't have a mission. Just passing to ultra green mech tech. That's not what he's been bothering. Oh. It's loading. That might be me. That might be just generating mission. There we go. I hit advanced day twice because it was loading. And now we have a mission today. Phoenix Hawk, doing okay. Crusader, you still had the damaged SRM for some reason. Marauder's fine. Okay, let's see what the mission is. Irregular force assault. Light daylight, grassy depot, hot hills. Alright. Ooh, irregular forces. So this is a bunch of infantry and vehicles and things. So we are going to go ahead and do this. Briefing room. I think we're doing alright for the most part. Hostile infantry and local insurgents are being reinforced by frontline enemy units, creating a growing threat in this sector. If left unchecked, their combined strength will destabilize our operations and undermine our control of the region. Your mission is to engage and destroy at least 50% of the combined enemy force, neutralizing their ability to continue resistance. Expect a mix of tactics. The insurgents will use terrain, ambushes, and guerrilla warfare, while the frontline units will provide structured firepower and coordination. Do not underestimate either force. Eliminate them with precision, break their ability to fight, and ensure this sector is pacified. The victor will control the battlefield at the end of the engagement, securing any remaining assets, preventing further insurgent activity. This is a mission of suppression and dominance. Strike hard, eliminate resistance, and leave no doubt who commands this region. Your employer has deployed you alongside an integrated force. Those are our, our sort of Silver Spoon allies, and Comm Center, additional Valley Ground Forces. No, Comm Center is the Silver Spoon guys that show up around 5 or 6. Alright, commence drop. Put up the loading screen here. Alright, so there are a lot of enemies. So we are going to set this up in a couple of ways. First of all, victory conditions. Skip all phases of the force victory occurs. Destroy enemy BV. We are going to do the whole 51%. We're going to have an auto end. They're going to surrender. There's a lot of guys. Once they reach to a certain point where they think they're going to die, people will just disperse and run away. That's my thought here. Second thing of note. Right, we have the combined infantry, we have the combined irregulars. So regulars look like vehicles, and the infantry are obviously infantry. So something I like to do sometimes when I am setting up these missions is bot settings. So pretty much most bots are going to be deployed just using kind of standard princess tactics. Depending on how your MegaMek or Mech HQ is operating, it might automatically change things. So, but we are going to come in here and set this up to ambusher for the infantry. The irregulars here, that is the vehicles. We want to set the bot setting. What would the vehicles possibly be? I think skirmisher. Skirmisher sounds alright. And the Op4, it's just sort of like the mainline unit. Ooh, that's 7,000 BV. They've got a lot there. Bot settings. I'm thinking brawler. Brawler. Yeah, they're gonna try to get way up and sort of act as a guard there. So we're at 5,600. There's 7,000. We have allies coming in at 4,000. So BV-wise, this starts off pretty close. The moment our allies show up, they're big chunk. It's a Zeus, a Grasshopper, an Ostrock, and an Ostrock. So 5, 6, 5, 6, 6, 7, 6, 7. Okay, great. Oof, we have a Hunchback 4J as a 6-7 as an ally. Great. Alright, I'm not going to look through the rest of this, but this could be an interesting fight. Alright, where are we going here? Oh boy, look at this. This is a giant map. And I think coming in from this side here gives us a clear line of sight when we want it, gives us an opportunity to move around. Does the Awesome have heat sinks in its legs? It does. Oh boy. I have an awesome idea. We are gonna... Somebody's going swimming. Yeah. There isn't that much BV of infantry, but yes, they do take reduced damage from any kind of non-infantry gun. Yeah. Phoenix Hawk, let's send you up this way. Boy, do I wish that Phoenix Hawk had jump jets. Boy, do I wish I had artillery. Now, let's check the systems here. Do I have heat sinks in the legs on the Marauder? I do not. Oh, remember, this Marauder has only in-engine heat sinks. Because it's got doubles. Alright. So, Marauder. We're going to start you a little further up here. Boom. And Crusader, you have machine guns. You want a straight line in to charge through, so... There. Great. That's what I'm rolling with. Round 6, we have 4,000 BV of allies coming in. And they are in the southeast, so they'll probably be coming in over in this area. But in any case, Crusader, you're just big beef. Go forward. Awesome. You're gonna want to go swimming as soon as you can. Get that extra. Run your full 9. There we go. Seems like the enemy mechs start way down here at the bottom. But let's take a look at what we got here. We've got Jingle, the Skulkle-wheeled scout tank with 2 machine guns. Oh goodness. Shut In, the armored personnel carrier with a machine gun. Burger, motorized platoon with auto rifles. Laser rifles on Emerald. Auto rifles on Marble. None of these deal any serious damage to mechs. Hollow Flamer. Okay, the Flamers might be annoying. Mouth. Hold on. The foot platoon nickname Mouth. Yes. No, pulse lasers. Pulse lasers, please. Snubs. No, I originally had made this Marauder with 2 snubs, 2 medium pulse, and an autocannon, I think. I was supposed to be air guns, sort of like, here, we're sending you into space, use this thing. But when I loaded it in the wrong folder, yada yada yada, so I just ended up using a different one that I had that was a little bit less custom. The problem is when you start in 3025 with Star League tech right off the bat, it is so difficult to repair. I did a very similar playthrough in concept once before. Started off with a little bit more stuff, and I lost my starting Marauder to Aerospace Strike, to a bomb run. Bombers delete a mech. In MegaMek, if you ever see that there are enemy bombers or enemy aerospace coming through with weapons, just possibly just skip that mission, because those things will find your best mech and delete it with bombs. Chances are you're going to kill it. If you have any amount of long-range weapons, whatever bomb or aerospace is coming in will end up dying, because all of your mechs are going to shoot at it because, oh my gosh, there's a bomber, it's going to delete something, it must die. But it's still bombs. It still just nukes something. In any case, TPPCs on Burger, why not? Banana Peel. Those are 3 hexes away. We're actually going to go range low to high. Machine gun. Oh, 15's on the machine gun. Just fire lasers. Hopscotch. You have got 10s on the large laser there. Awesome. Not in your swimming spot yet. PPC. Direct fire weapon against infantry. Damage changed from 10 to 1. Infantry balloon caught in the open. Damage doubled. Kills 2 people. Exactly. If the Op4 has aerospace, I'm refusing battle and looking for their airbase. Absolutely. Or just yelling at your... So, there are definitely times where I will just activate GM mode and delete a mission that generates, because sometimes it's technically possible, sometimes it's ridiculous. For an aerospace one like that, I might just be like, hey, employer, aren't you supposed to be providing aerospace cover? Fuck you. Delete. Or F you, pardon me. Keep it clean. And a whole lot of nothing. Killed 2 guys with a PPC. Those two dudes were vaporized. This is going to be a bit of a slog to chew our way through this infantry, but, you know, what are we going to do? Let's have our allies move forward. Alright. Awesome. Needs a 4. Just don't fall. Don't be a banana peel. Excellent. Honestly, they don't have any weapons that can really hurt. Mirage is going to stand still and just start blasting. Oh. Shoot the APC. Man appeal. Laser it up. Awesome. Yeah, we're just killing stuff. That's what we're here to do. Kill stuff. Hey! APC down. Hopscotch rerolls a critical. Yeah, it rerolls a hit to the head. Yeah, 0 edge remaining. I'm just gonna run through a lot of these rounds and not even narrate anything unless I see something important, because this is just this first part here against this infantry is definitely going to be a slog. Right, awesome, you just stay still. Our allies move forward. This is definitely a part of, if this wasn't live, you'd just get a a montage. Alright, Phoenix Hawk, do you have stuff in your legs? You do. You do extra heat sinks in your legs. Ugh. Stop, drop, and roll. Yeah, but I'm not going to tell Banana Peel to get on the ground. Ugh. 2 damage, right arm critical. We got attack. We got attack from the auto rifle. On the shoulder. Ugh. Laser rifle, 2 and 1. Not a lot else to report here. Kick. Alright, this is kick. Wait a minute here. 9s. Stomping infantry. Alright. I think anyone who's been here before will know about Banana Peel, but for anybody who hasn't, I'm gonna try to pull this up here. Gordana, Banana Peel, Matusi, right? We have the MegaMek generated personality. Gordana believes that the best defense is an overwhelming offense, always pushing forward and keeping up the pressure. Hesitation is weakness, and she refuses to give her opponents a chance to recover. So knowing this, do you think she's going to risk a 9 to try to stomp on the infantry that wandered underneath her? Castle Mech works, Josh. You called it. I poo-pooed it for a second, but you're right. She might just stop, drop, and roll. Unintentionally. But yes. Alright. Rolls a 9, deals a 3, misses. Piling rolls. Missed a kick. Succeeds. Doesn't fall. But here we go. She didn't fall. Banana peel did not fall. We're at a good start. Now we do have aircraft. Now their enemy units, their standard sort of op4 here, it's getting a little bit closer. What is Icefall? It's transport. Nothing. No bombs. No anything. Okay. Alright, I think it's time for the Awesome to get out of its position because everything's going to be in woods. Oh, there's somebody there. Oh, there we go. You're right, except this one doesn't even have those machine guns. This one has no weapons. The Karnov UR. Alright, Crusader, go forward. Done. Banana peel. Machine gun, machine gun. Laser, laser. Done. Done. There we go. Skulker's dead. Oh wow, that's a lot of auto rifle. It's a little bit more annoying than I thought it was going to be. Here we go, machine gun, burst fire, 2d6 damage, 8 damage, 13 men alive. So there's some progress. Motorized platoon, leg attack. Gets the crit. Critical hit on hip. There's also that crazy Karnov refit with an artillery weapon designed by people who thought the Yellow Jacket was too orthodox. Yeah, that sounds horrible. Like, horrible not as in, like, bad in the game, but horrible as it's just mean and obnoxious. Infantry are so annoying. I've read every once in a while. I read some Reddit or Discord post about somebody's like, "Oh, I'm playing against my friend, blah blah blah. He decided to bring like how many units of infantry? He brought 12. He brought an entire company of infantry, and like this game is broken. It's not balanced, and yada. It's like." This is why you need to have unit limits and talk, because if you're just going BV for BV and they bring thousands of people just swarming, you know, unless you happen to have a couple of artillery strikes, it's going to just, even if it doesn't actually technically win the game in the end, which it still might, just overwhelming numbers and TACS, but the other person's just not going to want to play. And that's a way to win. Nobody wants to play with you. Do you still win? There's the question. Get our allies moving so we can see what people have done. No is winning. What a surprise. Phoenix Hawk. Yeah, just stay still. Ugh. Rusty Joe in the heavy wheeled APC. So things like 1 point per mech still incentivize people to just bring an absurd number of units. So if you could just throw in some of the weakest Arctic cheetahs, Hunkyus, a certain the Dasher P. You could. It's the format. We like to play. There's a hard cap of 4 vehicles, four infantry / battle armor. You can't. And then also a hard cap of 8 units deployed, 10 units in your force. So, but in any case, freight train. You get machine guns. Awesome. You got shots on 15s? Nope, no shots. Anything interesting to report? Just a lot of little pings, little pings. Let's find the Crusader here. So, anybody unfamiliar with MegaMek, or for future people watching this, an important thing to note when you're going through your round report is this sort of thing down here. This is your search tools to find important stuff. So if right now I really want to see how the Crusader did, I can hit the Crusader button and it'll take me to any time the Crusader is mentioned. So we want to see weapons fire the Crusader. Look, Banana Peel, our unit with the machine guns that really needs to hit with machine guns, missed. Thank you, Banana Peel. Alright, kick. Hopscotch, kick. Awesome. You're doing 9, stomping infantry, you're doing it anyway. And you miss, but you stay standing. Just this slog of killing these things. War crimes take a while. Hope you guys are enjoying the nice little synthwave tracks in the background as we, commit war crimes and just mercilessly send giant machines wading through platoons of infantry. Our reinforcements have arrived. What is out here that could even potentially shoot a Hopscotch? Not much of anything. Yeah, all of their mechs are just kind of like chilling over here, slowly making their way up. We'll look at them when we need to deal with them. But right now, we just need to deal with this crap. I just want it to die. I'm overheating on infantry because I'm tired of this. You know what's not awesome at killing infantry? And awesome. Alright, the war crimes report. Yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. Ah, we have some mech on mech action happening just off in the distance. 6 men left in this platoon. We're getting closer. Our first platoon killed. Banana peel hit with both machine guns. Look what happens when that things die. Lots of little plinks. Lots of little plinks. No TACS. Lots of little plinks. Here we go. Hopscotch kills the hollow platoon there. It does come with other issues. Okay, so switching on the advanced fire starting and fire spreading options can help with these anti-infantry slogs. Quote, good luck hiding in that burning forest, unquote, but it comes with other issues, yeah. It's one of those, like, I try not to just go and assign new rules based on scenario. Sometimes I do. I'm just like, this is 30-25, unless you basically have machine guns for it, deal with infantry, and that's it. Maybe Infernos. But dealing with infantry is it's just going to be a slog. But we got to do it. These scenarios are the ones that remind you that BattleTech, in my opinion, is a better game when you have combined arms, because it reminds you that it's not just mech on mech. There are other things out there. There are plenty of weapons in the game that might feel kind of sucky in certain situations, but then, you know, like AC-2. Why AC-2? Well, because you plink an aircraft and it can nose bomb out of the sky. So there's so many guns and so many like situations that things that you thought were bad become good. Yes, I have to turn, I have to run. Yeah, I really should have paid a little bit more attention to which Phoenix Hawk it was. Oh, let's let our allies move. We have a lot more of them now. So once we kill this just slog, this horrible group of units, like, look, we have a mech. Yeah, the Phoenix Hawk 1K is either going to be customized to a different one or sold and replaced. Those are kind of our options with it at the moment. Awesome. F it. Stand still. Banana peel. Move one forward. Machine gun that thing to death. Hopscotch. Move forward. We're going to try to kill Rusty Joe. Chisel on 12s. Rusty Joe on 7s. So, Rusty Joe. Done. Oh boy. Blackjack, Plink, Marauder. Deal some damage to the heavy wheeled APC. Rusty Joe. Alright, we hit with both machine guns, but we still end up with 21 men alive at the end. Down to 19 by the end there. Lots of little Plinks. We immobilize Rusty Joe. So with the Crusader, we do have the option of switching. I think it has 1 ton of ammo. Maybe it has 2. But I'd have to buy the Infernos, and I probably should, actually, now that you mention it. So here's an interesting note, right? So we're going to go purchase parts, ammunition, Inferno. Obviously, we can't get clan. SRM6 Inferno ammo. Buy in bulk. We want, call it 6. There we go. And now we head back to MegaMek. Now we have Inferno rounds that we can switch out to next time we see something like this. Plinky, 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 plink. Plinks on both sides. Plinky, plinky, plink. Alright. Kick, yes. Kick, yes. Aha! Heavy wheel APC. Alright. Let the airline move. Yes. You're just calling in like we need Infernos. Base. We need Infernos. This is ridiculous. Yeah, this kind of just slog of murdering infantry is not the most engaging of content. But it is what it is. We gotta work our way through it. Bear with me, guys. Ooh, no, we don't want that much heat. I mean, honestly, sure, we don't have more machine guns. We want more machine guns. We want Infernos for this. But we're also not wasting ammunition. We have a lot of energy weapons, and we're just sort of... we're chewing through them while they chew through us. Just plinks. Getting through the right armor on the Crusader here. Speaking of Crusader, hits with one of the machine guns. Took a lot of nothing. Oh, ally grasshopper blacks out. They're kicking. They're kicking, just killing one guy at a time. Literally just plinking our way, you know, 1 to 4 guys at a time. And they're worth so little BV. It might actually, at this point, benefit us just to ignore them. I know our allies are not going to, but even in MegaMek, this is just too many units on the board. And I don't even have that many of them myself. Yay. You want machine guns as the primary target there. Second target, other stuff there, because they're out in the open. Alright. Hopscotch took damage to the shoulder, so a bunch of her guns aren't particularly good. Tonight is the night where TACS suck. That's the lesson tonight. TACS suck. And banana peel missed. That grasshopper's not doing too good. Oh, lost an LRM on the Crusader. And the Allied Grasshopper's down. Our allies, that 4,000 BV of units, is just fighting down here to the death on their own. For no particular reason. Try and make some shots here. Come on, Banana Peel. You're the only thing with machine guns. Please hit. Yep, Lions. Their silver spoon ridiculous things are just, yes, 2 hit 17. That's a no. Alright. Nope, none of that. Nope. Sure. You got guns, let's shoot them. Banana Peel's losing to this infantry. There you go. There you go. You hit with one of your machine guns and you finally killed an enemy. Alright. Not much else to report. Speed this up. Alright, Banana Peel, you're my last person. I really hope Freight Train there doesn't move into the Banana Peel spot. Let's see what happens. There we go. No shots. Hit with your machine guns. Alright, we're just going to move the right arm weapons out of the way because they're kind of useless at the moment. Crusader misses with machine guns. Banana Peel. Banana Peel. You're not doing anybody any service. Banana Peel is not making it very far until losing that nickname. Alright, kick. Needs a 4. Kick. Needs a 7. That's fine. There we go. The Laserfoot platoon is dead. I think we're almost out of the infantry slog and just got to make our way to actually get MegaMek combat so our allies don't continue just dying. Lyrans have got to be the best to salvage. Because when you're 5'6", when you're 6'7", sure you might be in an Atlas, but it takes 20 damage and you fall and hit your head, and then you start to stand up and you hit your head, and then you try to stand up and then you hit your head, and it's just free salvage because there's just goo inside. You know, when you fight the Lyrans, you don't necessarily, you just need 2 PPCs and an ongoing contract with some cleaners. That's how you play. That's how you beat them. That's my conclusion now. That's what this game has taught me. That and TACS suck. Main character still has no shots. And appeal, that's another rim shot there. Stick with that. Alright. Depends though, you get some very good pilots and officers at the company regiment level. It's when you get beyond that their officer corps sucks. Granted, it's why you see so many Lyran mercs. Yeah. Yeah, the Lyran Commonwealth Armed Forces is just salvage waiting to happen. In Succession Wars, Lyran manufacturers even cut out the middleman and offered the Free Worlds League discounted mech prices. Ouch. I mean, our allies are hurting. This is the problem. Our allies charged in. Our allies with 4,000 BV of mechs charged it face first into a wall of 7,000 BV, and if they had just waited for us, we could have outnumbered them and just outgunned them. But no, they decided to not help me with the infantry and just face plant into guns. And turned what could have been a cakewalk, a walk in the park, into even more of a slog than it needed to be. Three, 4, 5. No, let's not expose your rear. Let's do that. No good shots. Good. Banana peel. A 14 and a 13. No good shots. Hopscotch. Yeah. Shoot that guy. Then you're done. Awesome. Do you have anything? Do you have a shot in 13s? Oh, and shirt 13. Skip firing. Nothing to note. Come on, kick. Is that a panther? Yep, it is Panther. Panther 9R. Misses. Alright, we won initiative, yay. Alright, we are getting, finally, we're getting close to the enemy mechs here. So let's take a second and take a look here. We have Sturm into Panther, 4-5. We have Argo and another Wasp, 3-4. Ooh, 3-4, that's interesting. We have Confessor in a Grasshopper, 4-5. Chaos, that's a good moniker there. AC2s. A 3-4 in a Blackjack. Okay, that's going to be a priority target right there. The 3-4 with a good number of guns. So you have Jump Point, a 4-5 in a Dragon. Figure somebody called Jump Point would jump. Owl in another Dragon. 5-6. Ooh, look at that. AC5 with Flak in Standard. LRM-10 with Swarm in Standard. Always got to remember in MegaMek to look at the ammo. See, because there's always some random thing. I think anti-TSM ammo was my favorite from the other day. Alright, awesome. You line of sight in Chaos. You're just going to stand still. You want to get those shots. 1, 2, 3. Puts it back to Jump Point. I don't like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're doing it. Marauder. You shots on Chaos on 12s. Keystroke on 9s. Let's do that. Do that shot. Hopscotch. Make your shots. Nope, nobody. Awesome. Get rid of Chaos. Chaos needs to go. We need to stabilize the situation. Hey. Alright, Blackjack. Yada yada yada. Roderick hits the fire starter. Critical on foot. Hopscotch loses medium laser in the left arm. Hopscotch. You are losing guns. Scroll. Confessor falls. Kick. Yes. Firestarter. Phoenix Hawk kicks. Destroys the right leg of Argo. Excellent. Progress is getting made. Alright, let's take a look at what the BV report is saying. This is going to be important here. Yeah, we're at 68%. They're at 77%. We are losing. That's not good. That's not good. This is not a fun mission right now. I think we should start coming around on this side here, because we want to be in a position where we are able to retreat. We might have to run away. So particularly Hopscotch. Hopscotch is basically out of guns. We might want Hopscotch to just run out at this point. Fire starter directed. Okay. Yeah, I mean, just our main guns have not been able to do much of anything. And our allies didn't wait, so... Truck. We're just making it through, guys. Trying for something interesting to happen. Hopscotch. 5 damage, lost the short. So that's both the left arm shoulder and the right arm shoulder. Hopscotch is fleeing. Hopscotch is making it off the map as fast as possible. That Zeus is holding on just barely, but it's not going to last long. As soon as the reinforcements fall... Fragmentation ammo, yeah, from the Zeus. This is... I feel like as soon as the Ostrak and Zeus here are down, I think it's going to take a turn for the worst, so... Get this awesome there. That's the spot we want them in. Yep, Hopscotch is off. Zeus destroyed. Blacks out. Ejection. Yep. Yeah, the frag ammo would definitely would have. If I know it's Princess, we don't really have command of the units, but if I don't think there's any way it would have happened. But if we're playing with another human being, or Princess has actually had an intelligence idea and moved and joined us to push forward down, this was winnable. This was an easy situation, but right now I don't know if it's salvageable. +7, wow. One thing is, the enemies are all nested in this sort of cluster of woods. So we're trying to move in. We're trying to move in a position that they're rooted in. They've already found their spots, and we're trying to like move around. It's not working. So, no, we're just sort of. We're going to engage in an active retreat here. I don't have reverse level changes enabled, but alright, I think we can get one turn in the heavy woods and then back. No, we're gonna back up. We can try to get out of here. Awesome. Yeah, Awesome has to do some pounding, but like, there's just so many trees they're finding themselves stuck in that every shot is horrible, and we don't have the best gunnery to begin with. Best shot here is on 10s. Yeah, Banana Peel's got to get out. Both LRM-10s done. Banana Peel still had her edge. Physical attacks. Allies not doing too great. The Ostrock blacked out. Well, they're going to take a turn to just group fire on that Ostrock. Oh! I think that means we lost. Yep, we lost. The thing about the automatic victory is it also applies to us. We just lost and called a retreat. So, put up the pause screen here. Save this GIF. Yeah. Oof. That's a tough one. We lost. The scenario template states that the victor retains battlefield control. Do you want to declare that your side is controlling the battlefield? No. Total loss. No. It was not a total loss. We would have been able to make a sort of defensive retreat and call out. Could have gotten him off the board. We're not calling that a total loss. Absolutely not. I mean, we got plenty of kills. So here's the interesting thing. Force was off 50%. That's not by BV. That's basically by unit count. I think we killed enough that by that we're going to call it a draw. Ugh. Yeah. Yep. Technically we'll call it a draw just because we just killed a lot of people and that's demoralizing. We'll call it, we killed more than half of their numbers, but BV wise, they ended with some 60%, we ended with 48, so. Alright, well, we got 2 games in, 8 o'clock. On a different night, if that wasn't such a slog, I might have tried to go for a 3rd game, but 2 hours, 2 games, I'm going to call it here. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, everybody. If you haven't checked out the earlier episodes, please do. We are the Odysseus Legion. We are launching a podcast. Our first episode is going to drop 1 week from today on September 1st. I will be here, barring a change in schedule. I will be here streaming again and talking about that episode next week. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and thank you for joining me.